Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel Gems of Knowledge. So I am here with another video on Science Model Paper 2 which was released from the board department, that is Karnataka Secondary Education Examination Board. Okay, so here in today's video we are going to solve this model question paper. Okay, so before we start the video, make sure to subscribe to my channel and also press on the bell button to get the notification. Okay, so let's start here. So you can see the paper which is given here. Okay, so here you can see the first question is a safety device used to protect the electric circuit and electrical appliances is. So we have to identify which is the safety device here which is used in protecting the electrical circuits as well as our appliances. Okay, so here the correct answer will be B1, that is fuse. Because you all know that ammeter and galvanometer are the instruments which are used in measurement of current, whereas commutator is something which is used in splitting of the current. Okay, splitting the direction or reversing the direction of the current. So this is used in the case of generator and motor. Okay, but here the correct answer is fuse. B1, fuse. Okay, next, going to the next question. Okay, so you can see here is the position of the image obtained. Okay, just see the question, position of the image obtained. We have to identify what will be the image position here when by a convex lens. Okay, for a convex lens, when the object is kept between f1 and 2f1. So when the object is kept between f1 and 2f1, what will be the position of the image obtained? Okay, so if it is possible, I'll insert a picture over there. So the correct answer you can see onto the image will be beyond 2f2. So the image position of the image will be getting at the 2f2, beyond 2f2. Okay, after 2f2. Okay, so here the correct answer is nothing but C1, that is beyond 2f2. Okay, next moving to the third question. Okay, so here you can see the third question. The power plant that does not use turbine to generate electricity is. Okay, so basically the power plant which do not use the turbines to generate electricity, it is nothing but the solar power plant. So basically here in case of solar power plant, photovoltaic cells are used. Okay, so the solar cells are used in generating the electricity, but here there is no use of turbines. But in other three cases they are using turbines to generate the electricity. Okay. Okay, so you can see the next question here. An electric lamp whose resistance is 20 ohms and a conductor of 4 ohms resistance are connected in series to a 6-volt battery as shown in the figure. So you can see this is nothing but 20 ohms resistance and this is nothing but the 4 ohm conductor, and these both are connected with a battery in the series connection. So then we have to tell what is the total current flowing through this circuit. So let us quickly solve this. Okay, so you can see you are already aware of the question what is given here. So we can see what is given in the question here. Resistance of electric lamp. Okay, so here you can see electric lamp resistance has been given as well as the conductor resistance of the conductor has been given. So what we will do is we will take the resistance of electric lamp as R1, that will be 20 ohms, and the resistance of the conductor will be R2, and that is nothing but 4 ohms. Okay, then again what they have given is voltage of the battery. So what was the voltage V of the battery? It was nothing but 6 volt. Okay, so here total resistance, first we have to find what is the total resistance. Okay, so we have to add this to find the total resistance. Okay, so what is the total resistance? R1 plus R2. Why we have taken here R1 plus R2? Because here it is connected in series connection, so we have to take it in the form of R1 plus R2. Since instead of series, if it was parallel, then we have to take here 1 by R1 plus 1 by R2, parallel connections. Okay, then 20 ohms plus 4 ohms, so we will get the answer as 24 ohms, that is total resistance will be this much. Okay, so in the question they have asked us to find the total current. So according to Ohm's law we are having one formula here, that is V is equals to IR. So let us substitute. So see here, if we take this r to this side, it will become, from multiplication it will comes to the division. Okay, so here I will be equals to v by r. So what is v here? V value is 6 divided by 24. So 6 1s are 6 and 6 4s are 24. 1 by 4 we are getting, and if we divide this 1 by 4, we are going to get 0.25 ampere. Okay, so you can see how to divide this here. 4 will be here and 1 will be here. Okay, so we cannot divide this, so we are taking 1 0 here. Similarly 0 with a point. 4 2s are 8, we are remaining with 2. If we take another 1 0, so here we will get 4 5s are 20. Okay, so the answer we are getting here is nothing but 0.25. So this will be the final answer. Okay. Okay, so the next question here is, in Fleming's right hand rule, middle finger indicates the direction of. So we have to tell what is the direction of middle finger. What does the middle finger indicates? Okay. So as we have already studied the Fleming's right hand rule, okay, so in that when we stretch our thumb, forefinger and the middle finger, so the thumb finger points the movement of the conductor, whereas the middle finger points the current induced in the conductor, and the forefinger points towards the magnetic field. Okay, so here we can say that they are asking us about the middle finger. What does the middle finger indicates? So the correct answer will be electric current induced in the conductor. So the answer here is A1. Okay, next, moving to the next question, 46th one. So you can see, observe the following table. The question is given, you have to observe the following table. So here they have given material medium and they have given few materials, and here in front of those materials they have given the refractive index of each material. Okay, so the question here is, in which material medium speed of light is very high? So we have to tell the speed of light is very high in what? Okay, so here we have to remember one thing, that if the speed of light is more, then the refractive index is less. It is reverse. If the speed of light is very high, it means the refractive index must be very low. So according to that, the refractive index which is very less here is for the S1, S material medium, that is 1.33. Among all four, we are having S is the lesser one, that is 1.33. So you can search for the option S here. So option B shows the correct answer as S. So you can opt for the answer B, that is S1. Because it is having the less refractive index, its speed of light will be very high. So the answer is B1, that is S. Okay, next, moving to next question, 47. A rectangular coil of copper wire is rotated in a magnetic field. Okay, the rectangular coil of copper wire is rotated here in the using the magnetic field, and the direction of induced current changes once in. So you might have studied in your previous classes about the electric motor. So in that what happens is that when the copper coil is rotated, the direction of induced current changes once in each half revolution, isn't it? So it changes its current in half of revolution. So it means both the currents will satisfy and the exact current will be remaining. Okay, so here the correct answer is nothing but the half revolution. Okay, next one, the 48th one. A major component of biogas is, so which is the major component of biogas? It is nothing but the methane. Methane is nothing but a major component of the biogas. So here B option was the correct answer. Okay, next, moving to 49th. One of the properties of concave lens is, so we should know that always concave lens is nothing but a diverging lens. So whatever the lens are whatever the rays are coming into it, the rays are diverged. Okay, the rays will be already diverges. Okay, so here the correct answer is A1, it diverges the light rays. Okay, this is nothing but the property of the concave lens, that is it always diverges the light rays. Okay, So next question you can see here, 50th one. An electric bulb is connected to a 220 volt generator. Okay, so electric bulb is connected to a 220 volt generator here, and if the current flowing in the bulb is 0.50 ampere, the power of the bulb is. So we have to find out this solution now. So let us quickly move on to the solution here. Okay, so you can see here in the question what is given. Already they have given an electric bulb is connected to a 220 volt generator. Okay, so V is given, that is 220 volt, and here I is given, that is 0.5 ampere. Okay, so they have told us to calculate the power of the bulb. So what is the formula we are having for the power? P is equals to V into I. So let us substitute 220 into 0.50. So when we multiply this, what we are going to get is 110 watt. Okay, next question you can see the function of ammeter in an electric circuit is. So what is the function of the ammeter in the electrical circuit? So already we know this. What is the function of electrical circuit, as we have studied this in the first question, 41st question here, that is it measures the rate of electric current. Okay, so here it is nothing but the function of ammeter is to measure the electric current. Okay, so reverses the direction of current. So this is the property of commutator. Okay, and protects electrical appliances. It is the property of fuse, and measures the potential difference. It is nothing but the voltmeter. Voltmeter will measure the potential differences, not ammeter. So what is the function of ammeter? It is nothing but it measures the rate of electric current. Okay, so next, moving to the next question, as you can see, as the electrical resistivity of the substances increases. Okay, if the electrical resistivity of the electrical resistivity of the substances increases, then what happens? Then resistance decreases. Electrical resistivity and resistance are similar cases only. Okay, so we can say if resistivity increases, obviously the resistance will increase. Okay, so that is the fourth one answer, that is resistance increases. Okay, so if the resistivity is increasing, we cannot increase or decrease conductivity as well as melting point. Okay, so it must purely depend on resistance itself. So we can say resistance increases. Okay, or else we can say the conductivity of the material will decrease. Okay, if there is more resistivity in any material, we cannot pass the current through it. So what happens there is the conductivity of that material will decrease. It will not increase. Okay, so the melting point will also increase. Okay, and the resistance here, you can say the resistance increases. So this will be the correct answer. So option D is the correct answer. Okay, so next question, 53. The phenomenon of bending of light as it passes from one transparent medium to another medium is. So the bending of light takes place in case of refraction. Okay, so here the correct answer is nothing but refraction of light, whereas reflection is nothing but the sending back of light. Okay, it is not bending of light. It is you might have seen the two diagrams of reflection and refraction, where you can clearly identify what is happening in the case of refraction and what is happening in the case of reflection. If it is possible, I'll insert you here the diagrams where you can see the reflection is nothing but the sending back of light. Okay, the light ray will meet at a point and it will be reversed back. Okay, whereas in case of refraction, what happens? The incident ray will move from one medium to another medium and it will slightly bend. So that phenomenon is nothing but known as refraction of light. Okay, so next question, 54th one. Which of the following is not a property of magnetic lines? So we should know, I'll try to insert a picture of the magnetic lines where you can clearly see the properties of the magnetic line. Okay, so here the first option is magnetic field lines are dense near the pole. Yes, they will be very dense near their poles. They are having two poles. Okay, north pole as well as south poles. Right. So the magnet will be having two poles, north pole as well as the south pole. So the magnetic lines will be very dense at these two poles. Okay, so the second one is magnetic field lines are closed loop. So you can see the loop structure which is formed here. Okay, so they will form a closed loop everywhere. Okay, then magnetic field lines intersect each other. No, this is not possible. The magnetic field lines will never intersect each other. Okay, so here, which is not a property of magnetic line, so you can take the C1 answer, that is magnetic field lines intersect each other. No, they do not intersect each other. Okay, so next question is 55th one. When a copper is exposed to air for a long time, it acquires a green coat. Yes, we know that this is the property of corrosion in case of copper. When it is exposed to air for a long time, it acquires a green coat because it reacts with. Okay, so now we have to identify copper by reacting with what material in the air it will acquire a green coat. So the correct answer is moist carbon dioxide. Okay, so when the copper is exposed to air, it reacts with the moist carbon dioxide which is present in the air and it acquires a green coat. Okay, next question is the number of single bonds and the double bonds present in the structure of benzene molecule is. Okay, so you can see this is the structure of benzene. Okay, so here you can see is nothing but the double bond here, 1. So you can see how many double bonds are here, 1, 2, 3. Okay, so there are 3 double bonds. Okay, 3 double bonds. Okay, and you can see how many single bonds are present, 1, 2, 3, then 4, this bond 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 and 9. So 9 single bonds are present. Okay, so according to this we can say the answer is nothing but B1, that is 9 and 3, because in the question they have first asked us about the single bonds, then double bonds. Okay, then respectively they have mentioned, so we have to write 9 and 3. Okay, so B1 will be the correct answer. Okay, so moving to the next question here. The gas liberated when sodium carbonate react with dilute hydrochloric acid is. So we should tell which is the gas which is liberated when sodium carbonate react with dilute hydrochloric acid. So you can see the following reaction here. Okay, so what happens is sodium carbonate, it can be written as Na2CO3. Okay, so when it is reacted with dilute hydrochloric acid, it is nothing but HCl. Okay, so what we are getting is nothing but NaCl plus CO2 plus H2O. Okay, so NaCl is nothing but the salt formation. We get salt, carbon dioxide as well as water. Okay, so the gas liberated when sodium carbonate react with dilute hydrochloric acid. So among the products which we got here, what is the gas here? It is nothing but the CO2. So the gas which we get here is carbon dioxide. So the correct answer is here B1, that is carbon dioxide. Okay, next, moving to next question. So here next question you can see the common molecular formula for both cyclopropane and propene. So let us quickly solve this question and come back here. Okay, so you all can see here what is the common molecular formula for both cyclopropane and propane is nothing but CnH2n. Okay, so this is the general formula for alkene as well as cycloalkane. So already they have told us about the propene. Propene means there will be 3 carbon atoms. Okay, so in place of n we have to substitute 3. So let us solve here. H2 into, in place of n it will be 3. So we will get C3H, 2 3s are 6. So we will get the answer as C3H6. Okay, So you can see the next question here, 59th one. The substance that changes the color of red litmus paper into blue color. Okay, so it means we can by looking at the question only we can understand that the red litmus paper is turned into blue. It means when it is turning to blue, it is nothing but base, it is not acid. Okay, so we have to find out which among the following is the base here. Okay, so sodium chloride solution is nothing but salt solution, that is nothing but salt. Okay, then pure water we know it is having the pH value of 7, that is it has the normal tendency. Okay, normal pH, so this is not under the base. Okay, then lemon juice, we know that lemon juice contains acidity, acid content. Okay, so it will become acid. So the last option left is sodium hydroxide solution. So this sodium hydroxide solution is a strong base. Okay, so we can the substance that changes the color of red litmus into blue is nothing but the sodium hydroxide solution. So the correct option is D1. Okay. Next, moving to the 60th one, the amphoteric oxide among the following is. So among this following, which among the following is the amphoteric oxide? So there are two amphoteric oxide till now we have studied, that is aluminium oxide as well as the zinc oxide. So aluminium, there is no option here, but they have given us the zinc oxide option. So the correct option we can take here is zinc oxide. Okay, so let me tell you, before moving to the next question, let me tell you what are amphoteric oxides here. So amphoteric oxides are those oxides which react with both acids as well as base. Okay, so among this we are having only two things, that is aluminium as well as zinc. So here correct option is nothing but zinc oxide. Okay, so next, moving to the next question. So the next question here is, an alloy that is made up of copper and tin is. So the options have been given. So among this, the correct answer is nothing but the bronze, but you can see here the three more options have been given, that is brass, solder metal and stainless steel. So the brass is the alloy which is made up of copper and zinc. Okay, then we can say that solder is a metal which is the alloy of tin and lead. Okay, so whereas one more thing is nothing but the stainless steel is been made by using the iron, nickel and chromium. Okay, so to make stainless steel we are using three things, iron, nickel and chromium. So here according to the question they are asking us the alloy which is made up of copper and tin, so that is nothing but the bronze. Okay, so the correct answer here is bronze. Okay, so the next question here is, when a carbon dioxide reacts with calcium hydroxide salts and water are produced, then the nature of carbon dioxide is. So we have to tell that when the carbon dioxide is reacting with the calcium hydroxides, okay, so what we are getting is nothing but we are getting the salt and water. So you can see the above reaction here, that is CO2, when we are adding CO2, that is carbon dioxide, in presence of CaOH2 that is nothing but CaOH2 is nothing but the calcium hydroxide. What we are getting is salt, that is CaCO3, and the water will be produced. So we have to identify what is the nature of the carbon dioxide. So you might have learned about the neutralization reaction where acid and bases react together to form salt and water. Okay, so here base is already given, that is calcium hydroxide. Okay, so calcium hydroxide is nothing but the salt. Okay, so what will be the carbon dioxide here? Okay, so the carbon dioxide is nothing but acid. Okay, if the acid carbon dioxide will react with the base calcium hydroxide, then we are producing salt as well as water. Okay, so I hope this question is clear to you here. Next, 63rd one, three elements were written in the order of increasing atomic mass, the atomic mass of middle element was roughly the average of the atomic masses of the other two elements. This law was stated by. So here the correct option is Dobriner. So we have studied the Dobriner's law of triads, where he said that when the elements are arranged in their increasing order of their atomic mass, the middle element was the average of the other two elements. Okay, so when we take the mean of those two elements, okay, when we add the masses of the left and right element and divide it by 2, what we are getting is nothing but the atomic mass of the middle element. So this was nothing but the law which was stated by Dobriner's law of triad. Okay, so next, moving on to the next question. 64th one. Carbon has the ability to form bonds with other atoms of carbon, giving rise to large molecule. So what is this property of carbon known as? So we know that carbon is having a special ability, okay, to form bonds with other atoms. So that property is called as catenation. Okay, so that property is nothing but called as catenation. So here the correct answer is B1, that is catenation. Okay, next question you can see 65th one. The group of compounds which are in homologous series. So basically this question, similar type of question we have solved in the paper 1 also, model paper 1. Okay, so let us quickly solve this question and come back here. Yes, so here they have asked us about the homologous series. So the first compound they have asked us is CH4, C2H6 and C3H8. Okay, so let us check whether this is a homologous series or not. Okay, so you can see if C1, if we put CnH 2n plus 2, okay, we will substitute in place of n1, C1H 2 into 1 will become 2 plus 2. So we are going to get C1H4. Okay, C1H4. Okay, then let us substitute 2 in this one. So C2H, 2 into 2 will be 4. So 4 plus 2, it will be C2H6. Okay, we got here C2H6. And similarly C3H. Okay, 2 into 3, 2 3s are 6 plus 2, it will become C3H8. So we got the third one. So here the correct option is this only, C4, CH4, C2H6, C3H8. Okay, that is A1. Okay, then moving to the next question. The number of periods and groups in the modern periodic table respectively are. So you can see a picture popping up onto the screen, that is nothing but your modern periodic table. So here you can see how many periods are there and how many groups are there. Okay, so the sleeping lines here, horizontal lines, they are nothing but called as sleeping lines. Okay, so this horizontal lines are nothing but for the period. So how many columns, how many horizontal lines are present there? There are nothing but 7. Okay, so basically we are having 7 periods and the vertical lines are 18, and so we are having the 18 group. Okay, so we can say 7 periods and 18 group. So the correct answer is option A. Okay. Okay, so next you can see the 67th question. Next question here. The main function of abscisic acid hormone in plants is to. So we should tell what is the function of abscisic acid now. Okay, 4 options have been given. Increase the length of the cell. So this is nothing but the function of auxins hormones in the plant. Okay, so the B1 is inhibits the growth of plant. Yes, so this is the function of abscisic acid. Okay, so here the correct answer is nothing but the B1, which inhibits the growth of the plant is nothing but the abscisic acid hormone. Okay, so next you can see C1, promote cell division is given. Okay, so the promotion of cell division is done by the cytokinin hormone which is present in plants, and the promote the growth of stem, the D option, it is done by the gibberellin hormones. Okay, so here the correct option will be B1, inhibits the growth of plant is done by the abscisic acid hormone. Okay, so moving to the next question, 68th one. Okay, so you can see the next question here. A common part among the following that is found in the reproductive system of both in flowering plants and humans is. Okay, so we have to identify a reproductive part which is found in both plants as well as human beings. Okay, so vas difference. Yes, so vas difference. So vas difference is found only in the male reproductive part of human beings. It is not found in the flowering plants. Okay, so anther and style both are found in flowering plants, but it doesn't exist in the human body. So the correct option here is ovary, which is existing in both humans as well as the flowering plants. Okay, so moving to next question, 69th one. Which of the following is an inherited trait? Okay, so what do you mean by inherited traits here? So inherited traits is nothing but something which is transferred to the next generation from their parents. Okay, so here basically four options have been given. The first one is reduction in the weight of an organism due to starvation. Okay, so this is not possible. The reduction of weight is not transferred from parents to their offsprings. Okay, then removal of tail in mice by surgery. Okay, after surgery you can if you are removing the tail of the mice, then it is not possible that it is inherited to its offsprings. Okay, then development of muscles in athletes. No, this is also not possible. Then the last one is type of earlobe. Okay, so if it is possible, I'll insert you here. You can see the type of earlobe is it is coming under the inherited traits. Okay, so D1 is the correct option. Okay, moving to next question, C1. The blood vessels that carry blood from all parts of human body to the heart are. So the blood vessel that carry blood to the heart is nothing but veins. Okay, arteries are nothing but they carry blood away from the heart. They do not carry it to the heart. It carries from the heart to the other parts. Okay, so capillaries are nothing but the exchange of materials which takes place between the blood and surroundings. It is due to nothing but due to the capillaries. Okay, pulmonary arteries are also having the similar function here. So here the correct option is the veins. Okay, so veins carry blood to the heart from other parts of the body. So the correct answer is veins. Okay, then 71. The plant can get rid of excess of water by this process. This process is nothing but known as transpiration. Okay, so where the plants can get rid of the excess of water, that process is nothing but called as transpiration. Okay, next one, 72. The correct path of urine flow in the human excretory system. Okay, so you can see a human excretory system popping up onto the screen. So here you can see the correct path how the urine is flowing into the human excretory system is through this. First one, it will come into the kidney, then it will come to the ureter, then urinary bladder, then at last it will come to the urethra. So according to that, the correct option here is nothing but C1. So the correct answer is C1. First is kidney, ureter, urinary bladder and urethra. Okay, then moving to the next question, 73. Which of the following is the biodiversity hotspots? Okay, so here basically we can say forests are the most biodiversity hotspot. Forest is nothing but the biodiversity hotspot other than the river, deserts and oceans. Okay, so next is the growth of pollen tube towards ovules in the flower of a plant. So this process is nothing but known as chemotropism. Okay, where the growth of pollen tube towards ovule is the process of chemical process, and that process is nothing but known as chemotropism. Whereas phototropism refers to the light, where the shoot of the plant will bend towards the light. Okay, hydrotropism is nothing but depend on the water, and geotropism means the plant will bend towards the earth. Okay, it will go deep into the earth. It refers to the geotropism. Okay, so here the answer is nothing but chemotropism. Next, 75th one, a group that contains only biodegradable substance among the following is. So biodegradable substance are those substances which can easily mix up with into our soil without affecting that particular area. Okay, so here the correct option will be C1, that is wood, grass and leather, because here nothing is non-biodegradable substance, whereas in the option A you can see polythene is given, and in the option B plastic is given, and in the option D bakelite is given, and this three contents are nothing but non-biodegradable substances. Okay, so here the answer will be C1, that is wood, grass and leather. Next, 76th one, a part of human brain that controls the involuntary actions like salivation and blood pressure is. So here the answer is nothing but medulla. Okay, so I guess you all are aware of the functions of the parts of the brain. So here the part which is responsible for salivation and blood pressure is nothing but medulla. Okay, then 77th one, which of the following is not a part of human female reproductive system? Okay, so here ovary, uterus and fallopian tubes belongs to female reproductive system, whereas the vast differences are present in the male reproductive system. So here the correct answer is vast difference. Okay, next, 78th one, the main purpose of constructing water harvesting structures is to. So what is the main purpose of constructing this water harvesting structures? What are the main purpose of constructing this things? Okay, so first option is hold rainwater onto the surface of the earth, use water for irrigation, use water for fish farming, or recharge the ground level. So here we can tell the answer to be as recharge the ground level. Okay, so here the correct option will be recharge the ground level. Next one, 79th one, a pure tall tea plant TT is crossed with a short tea plant TT. Okay, the ratio of pure tea plant to the short plant produced in F2 generation is. So let us quickly see how this is possible. Okay, so you can see here when the capital T is crossed with small t, okay, so that is tall pea plant as well as short pea plant. What we are going to get in the F1 generation is nothing but one from this part, that is capital T, and one character from this part. Okay, that is we are going to get T, capital T and small t. This is in the case of F1 generation. Okay, so when the same thing is multiplied here, you can see TT and here also TT. What we are going to get is T into T is nothing but T and T, capital T. Here T and T is nothing but capital T, small t, whereas here small t, capital T, and here small t, small t. Okay, so you can see here the dominant character is capital T, here also capital T, whereas here also capital T. It is 3 times, so this is 3 is 2, this is recessive character is only 1 time, so it is 1 time. So here in the F2 generation we are getting 3 is to 1. Okay, so this is the correct answer. Okay, coming to the last question here, 80th one, the wings of bat and pigeon are the example of. So what are the wings of bat and pigeon examples for? So it is nothing but analogous organs. Okay, so they are example of analogous organs. Okay, so that's all for today. I hope you are cleared with this video. If you are having any doubts regarding this, you can comment me down below. I'll surely help you out. And if just in case you are new to my channel, please do hit a subscribe button and also click on the bell button to get the notification. And if you like my video, do hit a like button, and I'll be back soon with another video. So stay tuned and stay connected. Thank you.